Good day, friends. This is Tracy Brown. I hope you're having a start to your day, your afternoon, your morning, your evening, whenever you're watching this video, that you feel that you can feel your feet, your seat, and your back. It's a good start to this video because, as you know, as I'm making this video live here, it's kind of the middle of December. And I haven't seen it feel too geared up, but I thought I would do some research this weekend as to what 2022 holds in store for the diet culture propaganda. And so I wanted to share a little bit of my research that I found with you all, and then a little bit of why in the world would we kind of fall for that stuff in the first place when we know good and well that anything that we do to purposely calorically restrict our food will end up in us being obviously malnourished, anxious, and back in this like deprivation driven eating cycle. And we don't want to do that, right? But there are some things that will trigger us back into doing it, even though honestly we've probably watched enough videos, read enough books, listened to enough podcasts to know that like nothing in diet culture is new. It's all been recycled, repurposed stuff, and a little bit of cherry picking, a little bit of new nutrition research that has been cherry picked and not put into any kind of context as to how to utilize this and actually how much it helps and what is actually the measurement of, like, let's say anti-inflammatory success, whatever, right? This doesn't exist. So what I want to talk about in this video is getting you really clear about what are some things that might get you a little triggered this holiday season, so that you're not surprised if you're feeling like, oh, like I found myself kind of feeling that sounds like a good idea, and you're like, wait, what am I doing? That's what we want to get you to. I don't want you to be surprised, okay? Because again, the emotions that come up from what's going to trigger you are going to lead you back into hyper, fight or flight, hypo activation, which is like, people pleasing and shutting down. We don't want to do that, right? So let's get started. One of the factors that I see at this time of year leading people back into the idea that I should do any of these things, I think keto is going to try to like retread, and AIP, which is like anti-inflammatory kind of diet thing, and basically people end up like under eating on those diets because they just don't eat enough food because it's not palatable enough to do it long term. Whole30, of course, any of the other commercial diets that are just straight up, we don't even try to pretend like we're not just like semi-starvation, whatever. They don't even pretend like their health. All that stuff is just going to be there. You're going to see people around you because they haven't done the work that you've done, or don't have the kind of knowledge or wisdom that you have. They're going to just be talking about it like it's the best thing since sliced bread, and they just got started even before the new year starts, and it's going really great. And you'll see them having some, early, albeit temporary, weight loss, or they're going to be going on, increasing their exercise because they, feel uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And in our very human desire to want to connect, especially if we don't have enough resources, meaning like time for ourselves, or just slowing down, or having a breath, or time to ourselves, or play, or joy, in connection, the way that we'll feel sucked back in is by connecting through what everybody else is doing. It's not true safety. It's not truly nourishing. It's just something that oftentimes we're just used to doing when we're in environments that are very dysregulated, unsecure, attached themselves. So if you're kind of used to that in your own nervous system, you're gonna kind of replicate that until we learn to unstick from it, unvelcro from that ever actually helping you. So that's number one. So what everybody around us is doing has an influence if we don't have enough experience and intentionality around what do I know about my own experience, and how what everybody else is doing just doesn't work for me. How do we stay grounded in that? So that's the work we have to do. And if you need reminders, you need support, people are out there who do that, and very good at it. So that's what they want to help you do. Number two is that we are just so busy. A lot of times people end up just getting so pulled into I'll call it industrious over-focused of just doing lots of tasks, trying to people please everybody, not really. It's just like with hunger and fullness, like just with holiday activities. How do you know inside you want to do any of these things? Are you doing it just because that's what you've always done? That's tradition. That's what people want. That's what people expect. And you've never taken a moment to like, I don't really want to go to this party. I don't want to make 50 dozen cookies. And we get so lost in all that like autopilot. I've done this since I was 10, like behaviors, task, whatever, that we end up just not eating enough. And then we end up feeling terribly because we're worn down, we don't have enough energy, we haven't taken any time to like sleep enough, move our bodies in a joyful, not even joyful, but just like way that helps us feel settled. And of course, if we're not eating in a way that's both nourishing and pleasurable, our bodies just run out of the nutrients they need to function properly, and we're going to feel bad. And then the knee jerk is, especially some of these diets and programs that like purport to like help you get rid of your autoimmune disease or your fatigue or your brain fog or all that stuff. They're going to say, oh, just eat this way and don't eat sugar and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll feel better. And like, oh, maybe that's why I feel bad, because I'm not eating sugar. And when people are feeling that way, I look at their food and like, one, you're just not eating enough. And two, yeah, maybe you're reaching for more quick energy because you're exhausted and you're starving and there's no room in your life to actually eat enough food that would feel good. So those are some of the reasons. Those are just two, and there's many more. Sometimes and I'll do number 3 as a bonus. It's like January's coming and it's kind of a ritual time. It's just yucky and weird where it's like everybody has to set goals to like get thinner, be fit, get healthy, blah, whatever. And it honestly is just a created reason to sell stuff. And they create ritual around it to get you to buy in. That's it. And you can feel better now if you'd like. So if you need help with that, we are here to help you. You can check out the link below just to take a look at everything that we offer to help you just settle, help you like regulate your fight, flight, freeze, and please responses. Maybe you don't need much food. Maybe your food's pretty good and you know what to do. It's just that like being consistent's the issue. Or maybe we just, really needing to rebuild a really solid foundation. We can help you with all that. Because emotional eating, restrictive eating, binge eating, wanting to diet to belong and to like feel like you're not taking up so much space that's not an identity. That's not who you are. It's a strategy to get through what feels uncomfortable, to have a relief valve from what we don't have enough experience with coping with. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I am determined to help you get clear, get grounded, so that you don't fall back into like new diet, new you 2022 stuff. All right. So I would love to see what your commitment is to that below as well in the comments. So please let me know, put it in the comments below, share this with your friends who've like, are we done with this? Are we done? Have we hit diet bottom of thinking that a new program is going to fix everything when you've already done one last year and the year before and the 20 years before that? If we do the same thing, we'll get the same result. And I hate to see that happen to you again. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.